What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today I am going to review the newest DC animated movie, Batman Aztec Clash of Empires. So, this is a Elseworlds story. Like Robert Pattinson's Batman, Matt Reeves' Batman. Um, that's Elseworlds. This is another Elseworlds story. And this Batman story um, is the origin of Batman, but if it was set in Aztec times, right? If you don't know who Aztec warriors are, like they were like some of the most deadliest warriors in history, and they hail from Mexico and all that stuff, right? Um, and what I like about this movie is it still has the essence of Batman, but it's very, very, very different, and that's what I feel Elseworlds are invented to tell. Still keep the essence of the character, but put that character into situations where we would never see him before. Like, that's why Elseworld exists. Like, um, this movie, Matt Reeves' Batman wouldn't work in James Gunn's universe, but it would work the way Matt Reeves has it set up in his own universe. This movie, same thing, wouldn't work in James Gunn's DC universe, but it works well on its own in its own universe of this timeline, and what if Batman existed in Aztec times and stuff like that. So in this movie, the plot of it is like um, I'm sorry if I mispronounce the names, guys. I'm not very fluent in Spanish, so I'm not fluent in Spanish at all. So I'm sorry if I mispronounce the names, but they so in this, it's like it's almost, well, because if you don't, I did my research on Aztec when I pre-ordered this movie. When I pre-ordered this movie, I did my research on Aztec culture uh, and stuff like that. I did a bit of research. So the Aztec people were very god heavy, right? Which, what I mean by god heavy is they have a bunch of different gods. So they have like a sun god, a night god, which happens to be um, the representation of their night god, happens to be a representation of the bat. Um, so like this is like this story is, they take the Batman villains, right? The Two Face, the Joker, Catwoman's more of an ally in this, so we'll get to her in a minute. But and they put them in Aztec times. So like I just watched the behind the scene. I watched the movie obviously, and I just watched the behind the scenes, um, like documentaries on the movie, and um, the producer of the movie said that the main villain, Cortez, is supposed to be a mix between Deathstroke and Two Face, because Catwoman, or Jaguar Woman, because also um, Aztec people had a god that was based off a jaguar, right? So Jaguar Woman, which Jaguar is another cat for those of y'all that don't know, scratched Cortez's face and turned him into a mix of like Two Face and Deathstroke. And why they say he's Deathstroke is because he's trained in like sword fighting and stuff like that. And then you turn him into Two Face as well. So he's kind of like a mix between Deathstroke and Two Face. And then you have, I didn't catch this one until I watched the behind the scenes thing after I was done the movie. But they did a version of Azrael. Now that I look at it, it does look like Azrael. But when I was watching the movie, I'm like, who's that guy supposed to be? Right? Because Azrael, when I see Azrael, he's usually wearing a mask, but um, the Azrael that they have in this movie is very like the Two Face, the Cortez, and this version of Azrael are very, very, very religious to the God that we all know, like the Heavenly Father, the God that created us all, right? And um, um, so when like it but um, it also shows the and then it also shows their the Aztec people differences from the Christian people differences. It also shows their differences in their beliefs and stuff, because it also like I didn't know this fact until I watched the movie, but Aztecs don't fight at night because like if you've seen like Aztec warrior designs, they they deck themselves out in like colorful armor and stuff like that because they worship the sun god, right? And stuff like that. So they can only fight during the day. So that's because if they fight during the night, they aren't blessed with their god's protection, right? This is a very spiritual Batman, if you know what I mean. When I say that, this is a spiritual Batman. So Batman goes to, I mean, this version of Batman goes to the Bat God, the god of the night, to like get her blessing. And how they use Poison Ivy in this is very, very, very interesting. They use her as like a god of the jungle, right? So instead of Poison Ivy, she's the god of the jungle, right? The way they use the Joker in this is very interesting. So back in Aztec culture, they had what was called, they had the king of the capital, right? And then they had the high priest. Now the high priest's job was to like tell the king, oh, this is what our gods want you to do, right? And this is what they want you to do. And he would basically tell the king what the gods wanted him to do if the gods were unhappy and stuff like that. So then when the Christian conquistadors get to the island, which are the main villains of the movie, Azrael, Two Face, right? They bring like gunpowder weapons, which so all the Aztec people, and the emperor and the priest think they're gods because they have gunpowder weapons, right? And then our version of Batman here is very, I don't believe in gods. Sir, this is your destiny. You have to, or else you won't have their blessing, right? And then at the end of a movie, like, because Aztec culture is very about sacrifice and stuff like that. At the end of a movie, our version of Batman says, if you help me free my people, I will give you my allegiance or soul for the rest of my life. So at the end of a movie, they set it up for a sequel because the version of Alfred in this movie is like, tells Jaguar Woman or Catwoman, you think this is over, and she's like, no. And then our version of Batman wakes up again. Now, what did I think of a Batman suit? It looks really, really cool. I thought all the designs of the villains looked really cool. Like, Azrael looked really cool, even though I couldn't tell who he was until I finished watching the movie. Um, the Cortez looked really cool. The Joker looks really, really, really like it's like if you guys have read the Detective Comics run where he cuts off his face, that that's how this Joker looks. Um, and then why I think they're setting up a sequel is because they show him waking up at the end of a movie. So if this movie does well, I think they'll do a sequel, and I think it's a good idea. I think if you like Elseworld stories and stuff like that, you should give this movie a shot and see what happens. What do you? And if you've had a chance to see this movie, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. So yeah, that was my review of Batman Aztec Clash of Empires, and I hope you enjoyed this review. God bless you guys, and I hope you have a great day. And stay tuned for the DC Universe discussion series on Sunday. So yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy watching this content. Because honestly, guys, like DC, like superhero content is some of my favorite content that I get to cover for you on this channel. So I I really enjoy making it, so I hope you guys really enjoy watching this content, and it seems like you do. And please leave your thoughts in the comments below about this movie. And yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.